What's up, Swing Trader? Snacks here. We're going to jump into our watch list for Thursday, September 16th. And I'm going to do a pretty quick one today. A lot of these have been pretty long recently, and frankly, we're neutral right now as far as market breadth goes. I don't really see a reason to be taking, especially at size, any positions until we clearly get through one of these two levels. That would be 667 on the SPY specifically, 667, or the lows here down around 652. All right, we're neutral, right, in between the two of them, and we are still hanging out around these levels. We tried to pop out yesterday, and then it sold off. Nothing too significant, right? We still had a constructive close, I would say, and it looks like here in pre-market we're pushing back up towards that 667 level, which is significant. It's the neckline here. It's the line in the sand, right? And it looked really good at the open yesterday, and I was considering some small ads, and I forced myself to sit on my hands and didn't take them, right? I had ads earlier in the week, Tuesday, I believe it was. Tuesday. So this was Friday, Monday, and then Tuesday we had an open sell and then a hard push, and I took a couple small positions there. SoFi, Dash, those are still fine. SoFi is slightly up, and Dash is down a little bit. You know, these are contracts, so they can go against you pretty quickly. I think I'm down about 15% on this contract, and then up maybe 5 to 10 on the SoFi. Not overly worried about either, right? They're still well within, my risk, okay? And if we can get some follow through in the market, I think they'll be totally fine, obviously, okay? I don't want to go putting on any additional risk until we do get that follow through, right? Are we going to confirm and follow through to the upside, or are we going to make mark a lower high and roll back in and come back down, possibly test the bottom end of this range? And if we crack it, things are going to get ugly for a little while. Everyone's going to call it end of the world, but I think we'll just do more of a 5 to 10% retracement as opposed to a 3% from all-time highs before a push higher into end of year, which I do believe we still are going to get. So far, the bank's earnings have been fantastic. Yesterday, ASML's the first big semi to report, fantastic. Today is TMSC. If those are good earnings, I think we're going to be okay, guys, but things are a bit shaky and volatile right now. So no need to press, right? No need to get chopped up until we get some clarity. Look, there's a few names among some of the things we've mentioned in the last couple of days that still do look good. I still think that an entry on on Dash and SoFi are justified if we do get that continuation over 667 in the market today. But we've got ELF, which we've been looking at. It is still holding structure. Guys, as you know, I trade the leaders in a trend backed by growing fundamentals, and we like to see them retrace, react at or around the level, remount short term, set a 2-to-1 with the stop below, swing low, sometimes a little bit less than that dependent. And we set a 2-to-1. I use options for leverage and able to realize significant gains in these very predictable moves, resumption of trend in the leaders. And the entire idea is that when the leaders go into sale, right, especially in what's happening right now, let's look at Dash, something I trade all the time, okay? So you look for a retracement reaction out around the level, remount of the short term is trigger for triple R. Worked here, and I'm in it. Worked here, and I'm in it again now. And then I did this one all for the weekly. And that is something when you get major corrections, significant corrections in the market, I like to do the triple R off of the weekly. And just to stay on that subject, right now, SE is one that is possibly setting up on the weekly, but it's the exact same idea here. It's more clean. It's just for if you want to trade less frequently, you can take the weekly. Man, this hits a lot. Okay, but you look for a retracement reaction at or around the level and a remount of the level, and I would suggest doing 3 to 4 to 1 on the weekly. You could do 2 to 1 because the candlesticks are bigger, right? So you're going to realize more gains. If you're patient enough to trade this off the weekly, it is dirty. All right, here's another one right here. Retracement reaction at around the level, remount of the short term, set a 2 to 1. I mean, my goodness. It's a really fantastic way to position into the leaders. If these things do break below the 9 EMA, show support somewhere below it, show a reaction at or around a level below it, and push back above, on the leaders, slam dunk entries, okay? And SEIC possibly happening here. All right, so look, guys, I really don't want to take a ton of time on this one and be too repetitive. RMBS is one that we are watching here on the daily, retracement reaction at around the level. The confirmed remount today of the 9 could get me in if the market is looking good and showing signs of follow through. Okay, over yesterday's high would be my entry for that. And then net is one we've been talking about all week. You guys know what's good with this. Cup and handling at all-time highs, prior all-time highs, right? We've made a new one just above, which I do like to have that just above. But anyways, we're cup and handling right around all-time highs. I think clearing the range of this yellow line that I've got there, 225.80-ish, good entry there. Microsoft. All right, you get a retracement reaction at around the level, remount of the 9 on Microsoft. Through yesterday's high on Microsoft looks good to me. ANET is one that got shaky. This hit last week on a triple R trigger, right? You would have gotten in right here, triple R trigger. Anyways, pulling back into structure. Let me get this out. I did not take that trade. I nearly did. I took some other things instead that worked out, right? You can't trade them all, right? It's, as long as you stick to the leaders, it doesn't really matter which ones you take, right? When these things trigger and you align them with market breadth, especially a triple R trigger in the market, which happens quite often, we're possibly confirming one here today, but it looks like this, looks like this, looks like this, looks like this. Okay, when you can get the indice to triple R trigger and you roll that over into our focus list of leaders, I don't really care which one you take. Okay, I give you a dozen of them a day that are triggering. Okay, coin is another one here that if you believe in crypto, if we can get some stability and push more specifically out of that market, we have a classic breakout pullback retest here, back over the 9 on coin with crypto pushing alongside of it. Slam dunk there. Shop is another one. I almost took this yesterday. All right, but it's very, very clean, right? So this was a shake and go triple R trigger, 2 of my 5 continuation models. Shake and go is you get a breakout, fake out, shake out, and then a remount, a resumption of the trend, right? And I align this one with triple R, right? And then it's happening again. This is a little less of a shake and go. It pulled back with the market, but this is what we like. We like the macro environment to pull the leaders back, to put them onto sale and see if Wall Street steps in positions. Typically they do when they view these on sale. That's what it is. They viewed this as on sale. They stepped in, bought it up. Viewing this currently as on sale. This is a hot boy right here. I like Shop a lot. You could be safe, go through yesterday's high and slam dunk there as long as the market remains stable. That's it, guys. Look, if you're struggling in 2025, consider joining me in Bootcamp. You should be making money this year. It is what it is. I would love to have you guys. I teach you all 6 of my models, 5 of which are continuation patterns on the leaders. And the 6th is a narrative play where we get to have a bit more fun and speculate. The rest are pretty robotic, okay, mechanical if this and that triggers. And the narrative play I view is a little bit of fun. My most recent was lithium. Some others have been, oh gosh, I've played AI. I played China. I was actually in TMC, the mining company, for a narrative play like 6 months ago. I got into that baby at like 4, already out of it, took my profits on it. But that was a narrative play for me. I saw volume coming in, the narrative of knowing that we, even back then 6 months ago, Trump was saying shit like we needed to be more self-reliant on rare earths. Gosh, go back and watch. Was I even doing YouTube at that time? You can go to my X and search my X for TMC. Yeah, it's hashtag like money sign TMC at Warren Snacks, WARRENSNAX. Go look at that and tell me I haven't been calling this shit for a minute. All right, guys, look, join me in Bootcamp if you're struggling. I can and would love to help you. All right, besides that, stay safe, manage your risk, and let's go make some money. I'll see you guys soon.